Elite Physique University, your source for all things physique enhancement.
Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to this very special edition of Elite Physique University. I'm John Gorman, your host. Jason, we're smack dab in the middle of not knowing what the fuck is about to happen. Are we going to be stuck in our houses for 3 weeks? The gyms are shutting down. You're over in Kentucky. How are things looking for you?
I'll be honest with you, not too bad yet. Crunch was open today, and I talked to them, and they said unless the governor closes them, they're not closing. So it was slammed because all the people from Ohio Crunch drive right across the river because I'm just in northern Kentucky. But I got a workout in, and I actually have a little spot that I'm going to keep to myself, but I'll be able to get a workout in no matter what. But I did order some bands just in case that gets shut down. But you know what? Things aren't too bad in Kentucky. In my county, I don't even have one recorded coronavirus at all. So, and I think there's only 25 cases total in Kentucky.
Yeah, and it's all right. I don't want to spend time like giving our opinions on this whole thing because everybody's fucking doing that now, and I just hate that shit. But I own a gym, as everybody knows, like a 10,000 square foot anytime, and I've really got to think about this. Do I want to keep that open? Do I want to leave my manager Adam in there working? You know what I mean? It's corporate. It's I have to talk to corporate too because I fall under that banner. So I don't know if we're going to close. Some of the bigger gyms have closed, like the big gyms, especially the ones tied to hospitals and stuff. So I
know I've heard some gyms saying like, well, they're not going to allow like people to pay the $10 or whatever it is, for 1 day passes. They're just going to keep it to their members and, not allow new members and just kind of put up signs to say, look, man, if you're feeling sick, just stay home. Don't infect the rest of us. But then otherwise they're going to stay operating until they're told no.
Yeah, I just don't fucking trust people to stay home if they're fucking sick. Or, you're in that 2 to 14 day window where you may not have the symptoms yet, but you have it. So anyway, what we wanted to do with this podcast, guys, is give you an idea of what you need to do while you're training at home. And there's actually some really good tips that we can give you and ways that you can kind of turn lemons into lemonade. Because Jason, we both got clients that are stressing out. People are they're like sending me a list of like all this different gym equipment that they have, don't have, and they're wanting me to like write a very elaborate workout plan for 100 people. And I'm like, guys, I know I work for you. Like, this is my job, but I can't. Well, first of all, I don't charge for training, so it's actually not my job. Right. Neither one of us are going to go write an elaborate workout plan for every single person. It'd take us the whole fucking 2 weeks.
No, because I do that anyways, and this isn't going to last forever. This isn't going to be an 8 to 10 week thing. So,
yeah, I figured we would tell people here's what they need to do: go to the store, grab some bands. I always tell people get the red, the yellow, the green, the blue one. They're all different resistance. The one with handles are great because you can do all kind. And we're not going to tell you the workout to do here. Like, you guys should know what to do with this stuff. But go get a set of those. Jason, you mentioned some bands you got off of Elite FTS.
Yeah, I went to the Elite FTS site. They don't have handles on them, but they have some really cool different resistance to these bands. And I used to own a set way back in the day, and I used them for, when I was training and put them on machines. And I know that some of the resistance on there is pretty damn hard. And I mean, tension is what weight creates. I mean, that's what muscle knows, tension. So, as long as you got these different tension levels and bands, you can recreate weight.
Yeah. And that's a really good point because I literally just got done training my back. I did 4 exercises, 4 working sets. I did 16 total sets for my back, and I used one purple fucking band, just like the one you're talking about from Elite FTS. And I used that. Dude, I got a hell of a pump. I got a great workout. I took my time. I slowed down. Like you said in a video you posted on Instagram, you said, guys, this is what I've been teaching you to do. Slow down, feel the muscle. This is bodybuilding. I think it's important if this might actually have people slow down and actually really think about their training, think about the muscle. Would you agree?
Oh, if they slow down and do it right, like there's a reason that like when I have people like training at a hotel gym, they get sore as shit because I'm like, just slow your tempos down. You don't have the amount of weight. They only go up to 50 pounds. But I mean, if you do a 5-second negative, pause in the hole, contract real hard, you're going to be sore. Like, so you're going to be hitting fibers probably that you're not even hitting. And you might even learn something about training, if you take this time and not just rush through it and say, oh, I got my workout in.
Yeah, I agree. And there's a lot of times I'll take somebody that I feel is kind of stalled out on their training, and I simply add bands to a few of the exercises because they've never done them, and they
Mhm.
start growing again.
Yeah.
It's just a nice addition. It's something that's way different. And then, grab a couple sets of dumbbells
Dumbbells.
if you
Yeah.
can. I mean,
Yeah.
that's
Get a set of 30 or something. You can do a lot with something like that. You don't need to have, 10 through 100 to get something done.
no, you just need that. So, the other thing that I did want to touch on, and we talked about this before we started the podcast, this is actually a great time to take advantage of the deload. And we're going to do a whole episode on training and deloads and how those are advantageous to your training at points. So, what I'm telling my clients right now, I'm like, listen, you've been training yourself into the ground. This is actually going to let your CNS and your joints get a break, because most people you're going to be training higher rep. Like most people are going to hit 20, 30 reps on some stuff. That's actually a great time to let your body deload. And what happens when you deload? Stress goes down, your
Yeah.
joints get a break, your CNS gets a break. And then when you go back to normal training, you can actually get stronger easier that way because you're not so beat up. And
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, it's,
I mean, I have I have a large amount of clients who come to me who need, you know, they need hormonal help, they need metabolic help. And immediately what do? Is I cut their training intensity down and the number of days they train. Like, so this is actually a blessing in disguise for those people. So I still have people hitting me up to hire me for those things. And I'm telling them, this is a great time to start for you because I don't need you pounding your body. Bands are going to be awesome for the next 2 to 3 weeks and beyond because I don't need you pounding your body. We got to focus on healing. So yeah, and for some of those people out there, this is actually a blessing in disguise for sure.
yeah, let's talk about the opposite end though. Let's talk about you
Yep.
and I have got a shit ton of clients. I mean, like everybody knows, you're doing Leslie's prep this year.
Yes.
And we both have clients that are getting ready for shows that are being canceled right now. And so these are people that have to push. So they're stressed out. They're worried that they're going to lose muscle. Let's talk about a couple of things here, Jason. And
Yeah.
I'll throw it over to you. What are you telling your clients that have shows canceled? Like you talked to Leslie, her May show in Pittsburgh
Yep.
was canceled. It's her IFBB Pro debut. You guys still need to push and get leaner. What did you tell her? What are you telling your other clients?
Yep. So a lot of people, what I've done is that I said, look, if you're still committed to the process of getting ready for a show, we don't need to change a whole lot. But I am on some people, and we'd already done this on Leslie, but some of my other people, I actually put them in a cortisol reset and pulled training, up their carbs for 2 3 days, pulled cardio because we have the time. I started there, and then I put them right back on their diet, and I talked to them about how the training right now is just needing to be done that will hold muscle. It's going to take a good amount of time to lose muscle from not training with, heavy poundages. If you could slow down, use your tempos, your time under tension, you're going to maintain the muscle. So for my people, it's business as usual. And like I said, some have gotten some cortisol resets where I run cortis like every 4 hours, give them carbs, cardio. And then some I've actually upped carbs because we have like a good amount of time now. So, but it's business as usual. And we talk about training and some of the things we're going to talk about here.
Yeah. So the thing I'm telling a lot of my clients, especially those because they're mostly natural, I have to really watch the amount of time that they're going to spend being really, really lean. So for some people, I'm telling them, hey, we still need to push. Let's get leaner. If you were going to compete, the 25th or whatever of April, and now that's pushed back, we need to start looking for shows in May or June. And what I want to do is get you all the way lean, pull your cardio out, up your calories, and reverse diet you into a show. And honestly, that's what I want to do with everyone anyway. So it's another way, kind of like you said, a blessing in disguise to just let people know this is going to give you a little bit more time. It's not a bad thing. And once you're
No.
ready, we're just going to add food, drop
Yep.
calorie or drop cardio, and you're going to feel better leading into the show. So
Right.
I think it's a good way to mentally make that switch to how you're looking at all of this.
Yes. 100%. I get it. You're not able to train with the weights and machines that you normally do, but nutrition, like I put a video out this morning, the nutrition is so important. Like, if, as long as you don't succumb to the stress and say, oh, well, I'm fucked, there's nothing I can do, I'm just going to eat like a jackass for the next 3 or 4 days. As long as you don't do crap like that and you stay focused, everything will be fine. I've got one gal who was in peak week, and she's like, let's just run it. And I'm like, yeah, let's run it. Let's learn. It's good. I rest athletes more during peak week. I feed them more during peak week. So she's getting and I use more Cordy. So she's getting a week long cortisol reset, for me. So, I get it. If this thing runs 10 weeks, then we've all going to have to regroup. But 2 to 3 weeks is all the quarantine from the gym should be. And it's really not the end of the world if you grab yourself some bands and some dumbbells.
Yeah, and the other thing too, let's talk about growing. So a lot of people are going to be in the off season, and they're really trying to grow. Then it does go back to that deload, which will help you grow again. But you really made a good point on your video this morning. You're probably not going to grow right now.
No,
that's okay.
Yes. Yeah. You should make it your goal to try and put that type of intensity to the bands. I mean, if I get stuck training in my office here with the bands, I'm going to flex, I'm going to contract, I'm going to make the muscle hurt just as much as I do in the gym, and try to grow, because that's what your thinking should be. But listen, if you maintain for the 2 to 3 weeks and your joints get a little bit of a break, it's going to be a win when you get right back to growing.
Yeah, I agree 100%. Guys, if you want to hit me up, I do have this home workout. I don't care where you message me, Instagram. It's easier if you just email me because it's a PDF document. Or if you go to my Facebook page, you can just copy and paste it. But my email is john@team-gorman.net, or I'll put it in the show notes. I don't care to share that with everybody. Leslie's actually the one that wrote it, so it saved me time having to do that. It was really, really good, and anyone can do it. It's an upper lower split, so you basically can train 2-3 days on, 1 day off, and then just repeat it. So
Nice.
there's all kinds of stuff that people can do. Man, I don't really have anything else to add. We just wanted to jump on here real quick to kind of give you guys some direction and let you know, like, if you've got shows coming up and just kind of the way to look at this. I know with the IFBB NPC schedule, they're pretty up to speed, man. Like, they're keeping everybody informed. Or how close are you watching that?
Yeah, I mean, I think most people know, and as well, like, they've canceled just everything to May 10th. So, there's no guesswork anymore. If your show is inside May 10th, it's done. I got to think by May, this is going to start to warm up. And flu just doesn't seem to live well in the warm months. So I got to assume once we get to 70s and 80s, this is going to burn itself out. And, after that May 10th date, I got to think they're going to have it. Now, I've heard junior USAs for those in the NPC. I've heard rumors that they are going to do away with the need to qualify because all those shows have been canceled. So if you want to do junior USAs, you'll just show up, and, there might be some people there that don't belong, but it is what it is. That's what I've heard. No one quote me, because I'm not Trey and I'm not anything involved with the NPC. That's just grumblings I've heard. And I think they should consider it, just because, otherwise how are they going to have members for the show unless you were qualified last year? And that's just going to shrink the numbers. So anyways, if you're out there prepping for junior USAs, don't throw caution to the wind and just completely throw your hands up. You might still be able to do that show on May 17th or whatever the date is.
Yeah, on the natural bodybuilding side of things, I'm really good friends with Ryan Irwin, the president of the NAMBF. We actually just postponed our camp that was supposed to be this weekend. We just felt it was the right thing to do. Like, everybody's canceling. We're not gonna try and put people in harm's way or get them sick. So we just thought, we're going to postpone it. So guys, you got the email, but for anyone that was interested, we are going to move that. It's looking like May 2nd, but we may move it farther. I mean, with all this stuff, guys, you have to be watching, and you have to be able to adjust last second. So if you're prepping, just hang in there. All the natural bodybuilding organizations are constantly putting out updates. So no one's kind of ho-humming around this. They just, we're kind of all at the mercy of what the government wants us to do at this point, and then trying to decide to do the right thing. So quick episode. We didn't even really have show notes for this. We just wanted to throw it up there for you. Anything else you want to say, man? Or are you going to go eat with the family?
I'm going to go eat, but, again, I just want to reiterate, stay calm, keep your stress levels low. And, if you are starting a prep, because I had a few people like that, they're like, should I even start my prep? start it. Everyone in the nation's about in the same boat. Yeah, like I said, there's pockets like me in Kentucky where no one travels into from here, and a lot of us don't travel out, so we just don't have as much of this. But,
Right.
I think West Virginia the other night I looked didn't have any cases. So that kind of tells you no one's traveling in and none of them really travel out. But listen, just go ahead and get your prep started. Stay calm. Get that diet going. You can still lose fat right now. You can get your cardio in. You can train for 45 minutes to an hour, really squeezing the hell out of that muscle. I promise you, you're probably going to be sorer than you are in the gym, and you'll probably learn something. So if you're in that boat, because I don't know if we covered that, go ahead and start your prep.
Yeah, it's all mindset, guys. It's all this stuff is a mindset. So as much as I want to talk about how good the economy is going to be here in a little while after it's crashing like hell and it's probably a buyer's market, we're not going to get into that because this is not the
I am buying, though. I talked to my financial advisor today. It's time to buy if you got cash.
Yeah, I really want to start a TD Ameritrade account. I've never done it myself. I figured I'd probably just bug the shit out of you, but you're busy enough, so I'll probably.
No, you can bug me. I before I was a lawyer, I had my Series 763 and traded stocks, so I can help.
Yeah, there's all kinds of good deals out there right now. It'll be an interesting 4 to 5, 6 weeks. So
yes.
Anyway, that's for a different podcast, not ours. So, all right, guys, stay safe out there. Just keep a level head and remember, turn lemons into lemonade. For myself and Jason, we're out here. Thanks, guys.
See ya.